This pineapple has seen better days. I'm going to turn this from dilapidated pineapple to something scrumptious and yummy. And we're going to make today fried rice with pineapples. We're going to start off by cutting the pineapple in half. And you can cut off the leaves if you'd like. Now, this has already been washed. And so, again, we're transforming this dilapidated pineapple into something beautiful and scrumptious. So you can leave the dilapidated leaves on or you can cut them off. It is up to you, but I'm going to leave them on. And I'm going to take my mallet and hammer it over my butcher knife. So my mallet, which is my favorite cooking tool, and not the mullet. What I'd like to do is the tip of the butcher knife here, just to secure it so that way when you go to hammer it down, it doesn't move apart. This is just my tip. And of course you could do whatever you want, but I just put it in there just to secure it. Ooh, oh, it smells so ripe. Well, that's why it's dilapidated, because it's overly ripe. So we'll just make sure this is straight. Oh my gosh, beautiful. So that is what the dilapidated pineapple looks like inside. I'm going to carve out the inside, cut up pineapple chunks, and reserve it for not only the sweet and sour chicken nuggets, but also I'm going to cut up littler chunks and put it in the fried rice. We're going to set this aside, and I will show you how I carved it. Use a smaller knife, and I just go around the rim. Probably not so close, otherwise it'll start falling apart because this is very dilapidated, very ripe. And so you'll probably go about an inch or half an inch in. I'll show you really quickly. There. Instead of going straight in, you'll want to angle it in a way to 45 degrees as opposed to 90 degrees. Just continue to cut around. And here as well. And because this is super ripe, this isn't going to take long. And then I just go down the spine here on both sides. Oh, this smells so good. And then I just take a spoon or a serving spoon and just pop it out like that. There you go. Ooh, that came out very nice. Ooh, my pineapple is falling apart. And here you can just twist. Now the spine is really, really thick and it's not edible, but there are some chunks left that you can cut out for the fried rice because they're littler chunks. But this I'm just going to discard. Same with this, discard. Now, if you have a better technique than I do, please share. We are all a community of passionate foodies. Right, there we have it. And it doesn't have to be perfect inside because remember, the fried rice is actually going to be over this. Ooh, surprise, fried rice is going to go in here. And we have all these wonderful chunks. Ooh, this one looks perfect to go in my mouth. Big chunks go here. And honestly, I think I have enough already for the fried rice. So I'll eat some of this. There we go. Big chunks, little chunks. Sweet and sour chicken nuggets, fried rice. Let's prepare the additional yumminesses for the fried rice. So this is the small shrimp. So you can cook this like this in the fried rice, or you can cut it in half. Because we're putting it into that smaller pineapple, I'm going to cut these in half, just like that. This was our spiral ham, and you just want to, cut it into whatever desired chunks you like. If you like more bite to it, more texture, then make it chunkier. I would not mince it, just because that's the whole purpose of having pork fried rice, is to have, some texture to it. This is about 3/4 cup as well. 3/4 cup, yeah, 3/4 cup. And I think that's good for me anyways. And it's just, again, my husband and I, so I think it's perfect. And then this is the bacon, right? And the whole purpose of this is to get that smoky flavor into the rice. But there's also the fat in here, so lard. And when bacon cooks down, because of all that fat, it's going to render and it's going to shrink. So you can cut this as fine as you'd like bacon bits, right? You kind of want it at that consistency and texture. And I would say that this is about 1/4 cup, so 2 strips of bacon. Yep. There's that. Yeah, I would say that is about 1/4 cup. And now we're going to cut up our shallot. There's actually 2 in here. 1 head of shallot with 2 growing inside. Ooh, shallots is actually ideal, especially if you do not like the strong taste of onions. It really, really is ideal. It's more mild. And you don't want this too fine, but of course you're the one cooking, so it's up to you. But I like it into little chunks. That. Ooh, boy, it's going in my eyes. Ah, hurry, hurry. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. And then last, the garlic. Ooh, I still have onions in my eyes. Ooh, my goodness. Love this garlic presser. I absolutely do. I got this at Amazon. So you just want to search for garlic presser. I just love it because it has these little nuggets. And you can push down again to have a little more nugget bits. Now, some people like a lot of garlic in their fried rice, and some people omit it. Completely up to you. There is the assortment of ingredients for the fried rice. And I just realized I wore no gloves. Ew, wilty, lifeless green onions. Well, it's certainly going to come to life in the frying pan when we fry it up. And this is about the size. Again, if you like green onions, you can cut them bigger. And because the tips are extremely dilapidated, I'm just going to cut about 2 inches off. Discard that. The remaining. Now I like my onions super cooked, just because I don't like that enzyme-y gunk that makes your eyes water. Okay. There is my plate of ingredients for the fried rice. Now we're going to fry up fried rice. Unlike my previous recipe, crispy fried rice, literally fried, deep fried fried rice. This one is actually a stir fry rice with the pineapples and the shrimp, the pork, the bacon, and the chives, and we're just going to have fun. Let's bring you down to my stovetop and we'll get started. The pan is hot and we are going to put our bacon in here. I can smell the smoke of the bacon. This is really, really good. And see, it has all that oil in it already, and so you really don't need to add any more. But we are putting about 3 cups of cooked white rice in here, so you will need some oil just for mixing purpose and to coat it to get all that flavor in there. You can see it starting to crisp up. That's perfect. And you could cook it more if you'd like, or that's about it, right? But I am going to cook it a little bit more because I do like that crispiness. And this little fat here is not crispy yet right here, so I want to get that a little bit more crispier. Make sure you adjust your stove temperature to not burn this fat in here. So I heated up my pan to medium-high, cooked the bacon at that temperature, and then reduced it to medium. Set this aside like this, and now we're going to cook the onions, or the shallots actually. And you can see my bacon is already crisping. That looks beautiful. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is just the aroma with the smoky bacon, the shallots. Now, when people cook fried rice, there's various techniques. They dump everything in, especially the main ingredients. But I like to cook them in steps, just because I like my shallots and my onions cooked to a certain level of doneness. Okay. So there's that. And now I'm actually going to cook the eggs. I'm going to put some green onions in here. Crack the egg. Make sure you don't mix the eggs in with this here with the shallots and the bacon. Otherwise, it'll be coated with eggs. And you want to keep them separated. Eggs are a must in fried rice. I don't know why that is, but it just makes it very good, and that extra creaminess. And I don't know if I just made that up or not, but it sounded good. Well, that is beautiful right there. We're going to put that aside. Now I'm cooking this with a skillet as opposed to a wok because some of you may not have a wok. I do, but it's just a hassle to get it out. So you see the oil, there's no more oil here because it's all cooked in with the eggs, and also it's still with the bacon over here, but that's okay. We're going to add olive oil now. So a good tablespoon of olive oil. We're going to add the garlic. We didn't add them in with the shallots because these will cook really fast and they'll burn. And also when they burn, they taste bitter. So remember, I like my onions cooked very well. So I am going to cook some, but reserve some. Everything looks cooked thoroughly. Mix this all together. And then we're going to add the rice. I'm going to add another teaspoon of olive oil. I'm going to add about an 1/8 teaspoon of white pepper powder, which really gives it this organic-y, earthy aroma and a little hint of spice, but not in terms of spicy spice, but just a different type of organic, earthy spice. And then I like to use this instead of soy sauce. For me, soy sauce is a little bit strong, so I like it a little bit more milder. And this is not a whole lot. I would say a total of 1 teaspoon. You're going to add 2 pinches of salt and my MSG. So I would say about a 1/4 teaspoon of MSG. And then, of course, my prepared chicken stock. And I'm just going to toss it. Now, you're probably wondering why I put the liquid chicken stock in there. It's because my rice was sitting in the refrigerator, so it was a little bit cold. And then, of course, I brought it out at room temperature. And so the chicken stock, the liquid in the chicken stock will actually infuse moisture into the rice. And it gives it flavoring, too. And you can use chicken bouillon powder if you want. You can use the concentrated chicken bouillon and just add a little bit of water to it. Yeah. This smells good. If you want, you can add sesame oil. My husband loves sesame oil, so I am going to put a little bit in here. So I would say about a 1/4 teaspoon. Then I'm going to add the rest of my onions in here. Ooh, this smells amazing. And you know, when you start to hear it crackling, and you can tell that it's just cooking very, very well, it's done, you can turn off the heat and just continue to mix. So this is pretty much ready. I'm going to keep the heat on medium. I'm going to add the remainder of green onions that I reserved. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm going to add the pineapples. I have not forgotten about my dilapidated romaine lettuce, so we're just going to cut off the tip of that. I'm going to add the lettuce, and you're basically going to toss. Now, you can do spinach if you'd like, fresh spinach leaves, as opposed to romaine lettuce. I really like the flavor that the lettuce brings out, and it just complements the special fried rice with the pineapples, the shrimp. That's beautiful. Wow, look at that. You can smell the white pepper powder. Gives it that organic, earthy smell and also taste. Ooh, that's beautiful. We'll turn off the heat. This is the special fried rice. Now we're going to put in the pineapple, like that. Oh, that's beautiful. One more. Now, of course, you don't have to pile on your rice like I am, but I'm going for the look. The look. Okay, from dilapidated pineapple to scrumptious pineapples with chicken nuggets and my own sweet and sour sauce. Scrumptious.